People. Que pasa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. It is becoming more apparent that Jamaica is not really serious about crime. They have zero crime strategy. We saw that there was a big case that ended in the year as it pertains to GANGS. One done, one order. As it pertains to Black Man, Mama and them. We saw that there were in excess of 60 suspects. However, 15 got convicted. Most of these, the major players. There were some major players that slipped through the crack because of technicality, because of lack of evidence or prosecutorial or popo misconduct or error. However, they got 15 convictions. There were a couple of key witnesses. They call them key witness 1, key witness 2. Don't know their names. However, one of those witnesses, he is frustrated. And he's taken his case literally to social media, and then he did an interview with TVJ in which he is letting everybody know, say, listen, I am not getting what I was promised in this witness protection program. I feel as if my life is at risk. I feel as if I am a walking DEAD. Now people, you would have thought that a country like Jamaica, that is probably top 5, the most dangerous place to live in the whole wide world. They would do something to change that. And even in a country wherein the informer culture is so big, where people are afraid, even the victims, even the family of the victims are afraid to come out. This man and a few others came out as key witnesses in probably the biggest case in Jamaica. He said that he has been in the witness program for in excess of 5 years, he and his family. People, 5 years is a half of decade. He came to courts, even though his life was at risk, guarded by popo. You and I know that these popo can be easily infiltrated, easily bribed. So therefore, that by itself was a risk. He came to court and he did what most, maybe 99.99% of Jamaican would not do. He looked his former gang members, people that he was around, that he played a part in the gang, and he testified against them, giving every intricate details of Black Man and his organization and what they were doing to Spanish Town for in excess of a decade. That is over 10 years. They were trying to keep Spanish Town at siege, on its knee, and people, it was until the trial. So pretty much this man is saying that, listen, they told me that I am in this program. I am going to get relocated as soon as this case is over. As soon as we get some sorts of conviction, finality, exhausted everything as it pertains to the case, we are going to ship you overseas to a safe place. Don't know if it was US or some other Caribbean nation far away. What this program also promised, relocation, documentation, make sure that them have a roof over them head, make sure that their basic needs, meaning that food and expenses, utility, were met. Don't know for how long. However, this man is saying, listen, I was not given any of that. The only thing that I got is promises. He said that, listen, how are you going to motivate other youths that are out there, that are a part of this gang culture, or even have information as it pertains to gang activity, if them know, say, whenever them get a promise, that promise is never kept? Promise is a comfort to a fool. So this man said he is pretty much stressed out. He is depressed. He felt as if he was used and abused. He felt as if he is a walking DEAD. He said that he did not know whenever he signed up for this, he was not going to be given the promises that he was given. They were not going to be fulfilled. Sorry. So therefore, now he is a walking DEAD. He said that being all that he did, the good that he did for Jamaica, if he had to do it all over again, he would. The only thing that he would change is that he would get a proper lawyer, proper representation to make sure that all the I and the T's were crossed and dot. He was getting exactly what he signed up for. People, take a listen, take a look to exactly what he has to say, and then I'll give my piece.
I just feel left out in the cold. Honestly, there's no happiness to this one. And I know I save a lot of life. Because the plan of black man of Spanish town, you know say it wasn't pretty. I mean, I was sit down and just make some innocent woman and child dead. I was told that I would leave the island as soon as I finish the case. But as you can see, I'm still here. I feel used.
Feel used?
I feel used, yeah.
And why do you feel used exactly?
Because basically, my life is on pause. Based on what I did, I'm an enemy to all of the underworld. So every girl in Jamaica would like to get a piece of me. You say you want to stop crime, right? What is the motivation are you giving Jamaican and other young men like me that don't want to be a part of a gang but get pulled in that? What is the motivation you have to pull them from that lifestyle? I already consider myself as a walking dead, you know. It's like the only thing I have left is my children. Nothing else to lose but them. Yeah, so in everything you do, just like when I walk into that office to be a witness, I need to know that at the end of the day I might not make it. So just like I walk into this office, this room this morning, I just make a man that I might not make it.
Have you ever been pushed to the edge? Have you ever been there before?
Yeah, I've been there. Recently too.
What brought you to that exactly?
Stress, depression, feel like, as I say, feel like in a box with nobody that I feel like. I don't have one ounce of regret. If we get a chance to do it again, I'll do it again. The only thing I would do would be different. I'll ensure I get a good lawyer to take me in. I would just walk in by myself.
Now people, first thing first, he did an interview with TVJ in which they call him James Brown, a very strange name. The fact that everybody pretty much knows who he is, meaning the gangsters. He said that he is marked for DEATH because he is now known, or he is one of those persons that are known as the biggest informant in a Jamaica. And you know the policy as it pertains to gangsters, informer for DEAD. So therefore he is pretty much on the DEATH wish list. He is pretty much a DEAD man walking unless he gets out of here like yesterday. The longer that he stays, it's the more the possibility that he might be caught slipping. Somebody will get to him. Somebody will take some sort of bribe and tell people where his location is. So definitely, this man and his whole family is in the program. So therefore, he is in fear of his life and even mostly his kids' life. Because you and I know that these gangsters in a Jamaica, them no respect granny, them no respect picnic, them no respect suckling pan the BREAS, tasses. Any and everybody, especially when you cross the line and cross them. Just imagine what they do to the average citizen in a Jamaica. What would they do to this man? So therefore, he is mostly at risk, his life that is. He also said that, or in an interview with some people from the DPP's office and Mr. Dr. Horace Chang, them say, Since the program start, nobody has lost their life, according to them. However, you and I know that a lot of persons did not show up, not because they couldn't, but they were just missing. So we can only assume that they are DEAD by default. So we can't verify or validate that. However, it is no sort of consolation to this man for telling him that. So in other words, keep hope alive. I am going to let you listen what Dr. Horace Chang said as it pertains to the Witness Protection Program. He did not speak specifically as it pertains to this man. He just spoke in general.
The challenge, of course, is the resettlement. Once settled, whether here or elsewhere, it's finding a place to feel they can be comfortable and do something productive. If they have to leave the island, then we also have to work through the international protocols, which can take a long time. Whatever you do, you have to respect the partners, protocols, and processes.
Now, people, one thing that we realize about politicians, it seems as if they never really have any sorts of details yet. They are not willing to speak specifically about a case like this, which is probably the biggest or one of the biggest gang trial ever. 15 people got convicted out of 60-something. That is 25%. Don't know if you would call that success, but success is relative to if you get the major players or most of the major players. Don't know why more persons did not get convicted, but we understand is not hearsay, is what you can prove. And if the Popo, the DPP, they are incompetent and them drop the ball, then that is the result that we should have expected. So was the case. This man a claim say him can't talk specifically about this man's case. You should be able to talk specifically about this man's case. He has been in the Witness Protection Program for in excess of 5 years, him and his family. He is one of the witnesses in the biggest case, one of the biggest cases. Jamaica is one of the most notorious criminal-minded places. So therefore, if you get somebody that is pretty much going to sacrifice his life, the life of himself and his family, for the betterment of the country, that would become the priority. He would be one of those persons that you would guarantee that is going to be put up safely in a place, get all the documentation, everything that he can get to make sure that he is safe. Compliments are courtesy of the government of Jamaica. But you did not do that. What you came and you said is that it is challenging. Now, people, just for information, it is said that the partners overseas, whether it is America, UK, Canada, anywhere in the Caribbean, any place on the God's earth, they can decline or deny a request. However, the fact that this man has no sorts of criminal record, don't know if his name was being called up or the fact that he was a part, knows the ins and outs of the gang, that would disqualify him. So therefore, Mr. Chang said that it is challenging. Here is the thing. I know how it works. I know how America works. America does everything by contract, documentation. So therefore, if Jamaica have a case and them contact the US or contact any other place, you are going to get confirmation from the United States or whichever other place. So yes, we can do that. If you put the chariot in front of the horse and you did not do your due diligence, did not get confirmation before the case started, before you made promise, you pretty much breach that promise that you gave to this man. So now his life is in jeopardy. You should have known before the case that yes, when the case done, we have a ticket, we have documentation for this man. He might just jump on a plane and he is going to be about his merry business. Thanks from Jamaica, thanks from the system, thanks from the people. However, you did not do that. So now this man is in limbo. He feels as if his life is at pause. He feels as if they are not doing what they are supposed to do or should have done. When them promise him it is not so, even if it is been delayed. A day, an hour, or a minute, anybody can strike. The longer that he stays is the more likely that he could lose his life, him and his family. He said that he is scared for his life, however, he is more scared for the life of his picnic and people. You cannot wrong him based on what we see happening in Jamaica. I do not understand how a country like Jamaica, wherein the smartest people run business, corporation, government all over the world, and they are doing a great job in any sort of first world country. However, it is hard to find any sort of government department, any sort of justice department that can be competent, that are not irresponsible and negligent. People, if you want to do something or it interests you, you are going to get it done. If you do not get it done, that means that you have ulterior motive. You're trying to get this man to lose his life. You are woefully inept. You are negligent. And you are very incompetent. Which one is it? You're worthless, or you're trying to get this man to lose his life? And I am speaking to the government and the system on a whole, including the DPP's office. All relevant authority. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, we have to often wonder if some of these judges are a part of the solution, or are they a part of the problem? We know that Jamaica is filled with all sorts of criminal elements. However, in most cases, it is repeat offenders that get a second chance in life, a second chance to make a worse impression, to do the same thing over and over again. It is called insanity. The other day in a St. James, a lady, don't know if she was in some sort of bus or a walk by, she decided that, say, my bladder a burn me. Me need to go relieve myself in the bushes, take a PISS, a fast, swift one, like most of us in Jamaica do whenever we are driving on the highway or anywhere else. While she was doing that, she realized a man pull up in her vehicle. She thought it was average taxi. She didn't pay it any sorts of mind. When she looked the man wheel and pop off, pull out some sorts of 5-star ratchet, put it pan her, hold it pan her, hold her hostage, and I bring her going our vehicle, his vehicle that is. The lady said, "No sir, me hear too much about this. I won't be a victim, not today at least." She started screaming out, "Woy, woy, woy, this man here try to take my poems by brute force. He might try to take it without authorization." Luckily for her, some popo that were on duty heard the screaming, heard the bawling, run to her assistance, wheel and pop off for them tool, hold on upon the man. She started pointing him out, "Yeah, me go for take a PISS and him pull out and want hold me and take me away. Me nah fall for that today, not under Master God earth." Needless to say, them lock up this man, charge him for attempted ABDUCTION at knife points. When them check him record and arrest him, after they arrested him, them realize, then hold on a minute, this man they out on bail for the same thing, a case that he had prior to this, not too long ago. So people, let me ask you a simple question. With all the crime and violence, with all the people who get HURT or lose them life in Jamaica, you would have thought that it would have ring a bell in the judge's head and say, sir, we have to be more stricter. We have to clamp down. We have to let out less people get bail. Do not get motivated by whatever body club or whatever funds we are making from these defense lawyer. We need to make common sense decision whenever we are in court. We're supposed to be wise. it seems as if in this case, the judge said to himself, like they do in most cases of bail hearing, I think that this person could be rehabilitated. Maybe them just need a change of scene, a new location. So I wonder if he's going to say in this case, well, technically speaking, 3 strikes you're out. Him only RAPE or attempted to RAPE somebody before. And then next time, so therefore 2. He has not exhausted all his RAPING capabilities as yet. Maybe we should give him a next bail and relocate him once again. Maybe he just needs a change of scene. Or maybe the judge's frame of thought is, you know, say some of them lady I walk up and down in all sorts of body rider, all sorts of sexy, scatterlina or skitterlinally clad in them clothes. Is as if them a look attention, the wrong sorts of attention. Them a motivate, them a trigger off these men. So therefore, we have to start blame the women. If the women dress like them are some sorts of nun, some sorts of people will dress up with all sorts of robe all over them, long dress, like Rastafarian, maybe this would not happen. So here what me go give him a next bail. I think that he should be okay. People, we need to start check some of these judges and relocate them, send them up a Bellevue where they belong. Because based on the decisions that they are making, based on what is going on in Jamaica, is as if them either mad, them blind, or them fool, or all of the above. People, me no know. This is sad. Hopefully, this man will get the time, and hopefully, he will remain in the place where he needs to be. May I talk about in the big yard, or better yet, hopefully, him get some sorts of justice of the Tarzan, the Jane, and the little monkey down in some place in the Amazon, in the jungle. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. Bless up.